What's the difference between an employer of record service and a BPO? Today we're talking about hiring outsourced accounting staff in the Philippines. My name is Isaac Smith, and I'm the founder of TeamUp, where we help accountants hire top-tier Filipino accounting staff without the ongoing BPO fees. So if you are looking into hiring your first or 10th Filipino accountant, you may have seen some confusing terms, and I want to demystify them for you today. So the BPO, what is that? What does it stand for? Well, it's Business Process Outsourcing. While EOR stands for Employer of Record, it sounds like they do kind of the same thing, and it sort of kind of is, but there is a difference, and I want to get into that right now. Let's start with the BPO. A BPO is a company that hires people overseas and contracts out with you. They handle payroll and compliance. They usually have an office. They provide laptops, desks, and all the things that you might imagine would go with an office. They provide a layer of management between you and your staff member. And depending on the BPO that you're working with, that layer of management may be stronger or weaker. You may have more or less of a direct connection with the actual staff doing work. Now, here it's important to note that this staff is not your team. They are employed by the BPO. While it may feel like they're your team, you'll realize they're not when you decide you want to take them away and you run into the exit clause, or the BPO decides to swap a team member out. Now, the other thing that's important to note are the fees can be very high. Management fees, monthly computer and device fees, and more. Usually the BPO makes more money than the employee does. Often they pay the employee less than you think they are. And these are just two of the downsides, which I've covered in another video, and there will be a link below to talk more about them. In general, interests often aren't aligned with accounting firms that want to hire in the Philippines. So that's the BPO. Let's talk about the EOR, the employer of record. What is that and what's the difference? Well, it's similar to a BPO, but it has some fundamental differences. Now, here's where you're going to find a lot of variation. If you start researching, looking into different companies, you'll find that they have many variations on what I'm about to say, on what they do provide and don't provide. Some of them use the term EOR, but effectively are a BPO. But we're going to use a standard terminology that I use, and we're going to talk about employers of record that only handle payroll and compliance. So this is actually quite different. So these companies have no manager between you and your employee. That means you have, of course, a direct one-to-one relationship. They don't provide laptops. They don't have an office. They have a very low, simple monthly fee because of that. And in my opinion, I think their interests are more aligned with the accounting firms that they work with. Because if you don't like it, just take your employees somewhere else. They're yours. You are paying them a fee to administer the compliance and payroll. It's not like their staff that they're contracting out with you. Although technically, yes, that is how it works, because they are employing them. They're doing it at your service. They're not doing the recruiting. You're finding the employee and you're contracting with them. So, wait a minute though. You might be thinking, don't my employees need laptops? It sounds like the BPO does some necessary things. And like I said, yes, they do provide some value like that, but it's just at this point in the world history, it's just a convenience. There are several solutions that we'll cover in other videos, such as you can have the employee bring their own laptop, or you can use an IT service to provide laptops. They can ship them to the employee's home. And if that's something you would like to do, we can, of course, make some recommendations for you. We believe in the power of building your own team, your own culture, your own relationships, and so that you can train your team your way and know that they'll stick around. I think this is better for your firm in the long term. It's also better for your clients. And my goodness, it's just more fun. Here at TeamUp, we help accountants and bookkeepers hire directly. We recruit the absolute best talent in the Philippines for a flat fee. That means there's no ongoing fees because it's your team. And if you would like to use an EOR service, we can connect you with an EOR partner in the Philippines for payroll and compliance. Sound great? If you'd like to learn more, we have some great resources about hiring in the Philippines on our website. There's going to be a link below where you can find the website and contact info. The website is hireteamup.com. Head on over there and feel free to reach out. We're happy to help. We want to see you have success, and we're excited to play our part in it.